I'm joined now by Chris Boleman, the president and CEO of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And Chris, we are so happy you could join us because we have missed the rodeo. But of course, there's a lot more attention on large events. So I have to ask, because of the COVID pandemic and the deadly crowd crush event that we saw at the Astro World Festival last year, safety is top of mind. What precautions do you have in place to keep rodeo visitors safe this year?
No question, safety is at the top of our list, and it always is. We try to obviously present a family-friendly environment to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. That's who we are. It's part of our mission. And so I'll take it maybe in two different places. First of all, COVID. Let's talk about COVID for a second. That's where your question started. Obviously, we encourage everyone to follow CDC's health and safety guidelines, whether that's getting fully vaccinated against COVID, boosters, encouraging face coverings, whatever the case may be. And so we continue to stress that. We talk about that. It's on our website. We have some dedicated time and space to that. Obviously, if people aren't feeling well, this is probably not the place for them to be. If they're in a home with people that are sick with COVID, we know that this is probably not the best place for them as well. We continue to talk to the experts. We have a great medical support system, obviously here in Houston, that have been guiding us through this process. But obviously, we're at a far different place than we were 2 years ago, and we're learning to live with it. And we're seeing that across all large events. In terms of safety and security, I mean, there is no doubt that the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, we put a lot of resources into our safety and security protocol here. We have multiple measures in place. We also use a collaborative effort between local law enforcement, including the police department, the sheriff's office, the constable's office, Metro, Houston Fire Department. We have state folks on, and because of our event, we also have federal authorities, including Homeland Security and FBI. And so we work collaboratively across these platforms to work together to make sure that we have the safest event that we can have. We beef up with more foot patrol. There's more lighting and fencing. There's more cameras here. There's mounted patrol. There's helicopter coverage. I mean, we do so much because we know the safety and security is top of mind for everybody, especially coming out of post-COVID. We put even more time and effort into that because it's been a while since we've done things. And then just the last thing I'll say is, we have a stadium presentation. People are in seats. We know that. And then as we look across our grounds, we utilize over 200 acres as we look at all the space that we have where people can spread out and not get bunched up, so to speak. So we're very pleased with our protocols. We're very pleased with the collaborations we have with all the local, state, and federal authorities for our event.
All right, all hands on deck when it comes to safety and security. Good to know. Okay, really quickly, Chris, a lot of people are new to Houston. This will literally be their first rodeo. What can they expect?
Well, it's like no other rodeo they've ever seen before. I think that's probably the first message. Obviously, we're unique in our size and scope. There's so many different things to do. One of the things that we try to provide is a diverse set of activities for people so that whatever it is they're interested in, if they want to go to Ag Venture presented by Oxy, they can go do that. If they want to go to Fun on the Farm and learn about agriculture, if they're more interested in entertainment, obviously we have a concert lineup every night. We have the world's largest rodeo. We have a huge carnival. We have tons of shopping, and then of course we have thousands of livestock exhibitors from all across Texas that come and visit. So there's something for everybody. That's what we try to preach around here, particularly as we look at the diversity of Houston, to try to be diverse in terms of our presentation as well.
As we ramp up for the rest of us rodeo veterans, what's new this year?
Well, what's new is, one, we're back, right? And it's our 90th anniversary. We're excited about that. And so I've said a lot around here. Let's just be normal, give people what they know and want to experience when they come to the rodeo. But obviously, it's our 90th anniversary. In saying that, we have a new fine dining ranch, saloon, and steakhouse. We have a new fan zone presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. That's really interactive in the stadium. We'll have a ton of new food vendors and new rides, new shopping. We have women's breakaway roping on 7 nights in the stadium. That's a new event where we can bring more lady cowgirls, I should say, to the event, and then just lots of new things on different days that we're very excited to present this year.
We cannot wait for it all. Chris Boleman, the president and CEO of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, thank you so much for joining us on the 411. But we're going to keep this conversation going with some viewer questions, and we'll have the extended interview on the KHOU 11 app and on Roku and Fire TV. Okay, let's get to those questions now with Chris. Okay, we're going to start with a question from Rebecca. She wants to know, will you still be honoring carnival and food tickets from earlier rodeos?
Great question. One of the most common questions that we've received for sure. So yes, all unused 2020 Carnival packs, Carnival food cards, NRG park admission tickets, and ground season passes will be valid during the 2022 rodeo. All individual concert ticket sales from 2020 were refunded. So ticket buyers could request a refund and season ticket holders could request a refund, or they could roll over to the next year, which was now the next year, which is 2022.
Good to know. Okay, a question from Lisa now. Will the fair and shopping still be going on for the George Strait show?
Yes, absolutely. We'll still have a full presentation, except for there is no rodeo that day. It is a concert only performance. The schedules change a little bit that day because it is a concert only. And we've told a lot of people to make sure you know that, particularly when you get to the gates during our rodeo time, people come in at different times before the rodeo begins. So because it's a rodeo only, we had asked that you plan a bit accordingly, get here plenty of time, get here early. But yes, all the carnival is still in place. There's still livestock and horse competitions going on. Certainly, there's plenty of shopping and food to eat. Right?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people come for.
Exactly. Enjoy the good food. A lot of people do come for that. Okay, this is a question from a viewer who posted on Twitter. It's a common question about rideshare areas and accommodations for people with disabilities. This person saying in 2019 they had to walk more than 15 minutes to get to their rideshare, and then there was also an issue for their relative. So are there any changes being made to help people in this situation this year?
Yeah, sure. First of all, accessible and handicapped parking is available during the rodeo. During a World Championship barbecue, it's going to be in the Miller Lite Green Lot. And then all Metro Park and Ride locations on Old Spanish Trail 1 Rodeo Express Lot has accessible parking with accessible buses to accommodate our folks that have our special needs visitors. During the rodeo, during the official 21 days of show, the handicap parking is in the yellow lot and blue lot. And again, the same for the all Metro parking with Old Spanish Trail Rodeo Express. Tram and golf cart services are available to assist the public in assessing and getting around the grounds. Certainly our team, the same team that does safety and security, puts a lot of time and effort in working with the appropriate volunteer committees to make sure that we're geared up.
This next question from Missy talking about COVID safety. She's wondering why you aren't requiring masks at the rodeo this year.
Good question. Another question that's certainly come up a lot. One is, I think it's safe to say, and just being on some calls earlier today and some calls yesterday, it appears that we are at the best place we've ever been since COVID started. So that gives us certainly a lot of hope. Certainly there's a lot of treatments out there regarding COVID now in terms of vaccines, and we also just know people are able to make their decisions to do what's best for them. Our health and safety of our employees, volunteers, exhibitors, participants, vendors, and guests continues to be our top priority. Again, we've been working closely with medical experts and local health officials that have helped guide us to this point. We are encouraging masks, but we are not requiring them.
Hey, this is a good question. Crystal wants to know, what's the best day to go?
Well, I think every day. You just have to decide. Is
that a trick question, I wonder?
Yeah. Man, what day would you not want to be here? Hey, we want everybody to see what fits best within their schedule. Obviously, so many people are busy and have lots going on. So what I would suggest is pick the day you want to be here and then block the entire day. What you don't want to do is try to cram it in amongst some other things you're trying to do. Spend the day out here, get out here early, enjoy the festivities, soak it all in. In terms of what day, hey man, you pick the day that's best for you.
Yeah, that's important for the newbies because I don't think people realize just how much there is to do and see. Honestly, it's hard to do in one day. So yeah, go back several days. Finally, Elliot wants to know, what events will there be for kids?
Oh, sure. Well, of course, the carnival. We have a huge carnival. I believe we have 5 new rides this year. So the carnival will be great. And it takes up a lot of the space around our grounds. And so go out there and go early and have a good time. Ag Venture presented by Oxy in the center is always great. The kids love that. There's a petting zoo in there. You can learn a lot about agriculture. about our food and fiber industry. So that's a great place to visit. Outside of the ag venture area is fun on the farm. That's always great as well. And then I think I mentioned earlier, but the fan zone is going to be a new experience where the kids can meet some of the rodeo athletes, and that's presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. And that's going to be another just great place for kids. And then, of course, we know kids love all types of food, right? And so there'll be food vendors everywhere. We have our livestock show going on, so there's lots of animals to see. This is certainly a place where kids can have a good time.
Hey, this was a fun conversation. A lot of good information. Chris Boleman, President and CEO of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, thank you so much for answering all of those questions. We are so happy the event is back.
Hey, amen to that. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon. Take care.